We're going to come in and do some scalping. And good afternoon, the folks that are on YouTube. Hope you're having a good morning. We're having a great day. Hope you are too. Let us just mark up what is going on Swing Machine. So let's come in and look at the VIX. And bear with me here. We'll mark this up for you. We look at the VIX on the 5-minute. And the VIX, nope, I want green. Sorry. The VIX on Swing Machine triggered up 4%, by the way, at 1220. I think it actually lagged the market a little bit. So now they're spooked in the options market. And then we look at the ES on a 5-minute. We're just going to look at the 5-minute, right? That'll be the slowest time. If you went short with our members at 10:15 and you have one mini contract, you're up 3,100. If you did it with a micro, you're up 300. If you did it with 10 minis, take the rest of the day off. You just made 30 grand. How about the NQ? 1010, it led. One mini, 6,200, 300. One micro, 600. 10 minis, 60 grand. Come back on Monday. Take the rest of the week off. Russell, 1,400, 1005. Dow, 1,800, 1020. Oil is holding, is that the right contract? That doesn't look right. COK, it could be. We'll double check that. We haven't been trading oil, but it appears to be correct. We'll double check that contract. Got to keep up with that. It trades the front month. And then here's gold, and gold, this 1240, this was just like 20, 30 minutes ago. Crazy. And you're up 2 grand. Are you trying to stay up with the headlines on CNBC? It's a waste of time, and a waste of capital. I'm Bag It On. This is Stock Market Caddy. Be sure to visit the site. Be sure to ask us any of your questions, and we'll let you watch. And Sai Raul, wherever you be, I don't know where you are. You're asking for us to turn on the comment section. You can comment on any of our videos. You can send us whatever, whatever messages you want. Sai, and you probably, and this can happen, and I get it. You may misunderstand if you're a passerby. So for the passerbys on YouTube, we're not making any claims. We're not saying that none of these products are for sale. None. They're for lease as an annual member. You get them all. You get them all. But um, in the hands of a person who has no acquired trading skill, you're probably still going to lose money. Okay. I mean, you have to have good acquired trading skill. We say it over and over again. This is robot assisted trading, mechanical assisted trading. You must know how to fly the plane. Not saying that if you buy the plane just because it has cruise control, that I'm going to get in the seat beside you and we're going to take it for a spin. You can do that. I'm not, right? You need to learn how to trade. And that's why nobody can become an annual member without going through what we call the Q School. And Joel's in Q School right now, and he's doing beautiful, beautiful job, beautiful, doing all kinds of things. Now he does come with us with trading experience, namely in Forex, but he's making a very smooth transition. So, Sai, I have no idea, where you are, your trading level, and but you're welcome to send us an email if you want. We can slide over and look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? Yeah, this is beautiful. Bitcoin on a 5 minute basis went short 47 5 minutes ago. Now this is a big, big contract, and Swing Machine would have produced, it's a difference between the entry is 3.61. Sai asked us if our videos are legit. um, yeah, they're legit. But again, I, you know, don't know if it's going to work for you, Sai. Again, if you're out there looking for a holy grail, something that is going to preclude you from having to learn how to trade and hours in front of a screen and all of that, then good luck. Good luck, because we don't think it exists. So we've had many, not many, but some folks. I had one gentleman from the West Coast and said, Don, this is all really, really good, but you know what? I don't have the time to go through Q School. I don't have 3 weeks to devote to that. I'm like, okay, you know, good, no problem. We can't help you. Had another person once rather recently go through Q School and said, oh, you know what? I don't think I realize how many hours I have to put in front of a screen. I don't have I don't think I have the time for that either. Okay. You know, at least you find out, before. Um, this robot assisted trading and these mechanical trading tools, they're not going to automatically, just because, you have money and you plug something in. This is not an iRobot, that's just going to vacuum up money and stuff it into your account. That's not it at all, right? And so if you're making that leap, making that assumption, or you're looking for that sort of thing, that's not us, so you might want to, keep looking, but not at us. Just being, brutally frank. Our members work very, very hard and put in a tremendous amount of time and effort and patience and discipline and to get the result they want, right? Um, you just watch the Masters golf, station there, the golf tournament. Um, those golfers make it look easy, but there's an awful lot of work behind those performances that they put in. Even the folks that didn't, necessarily win. Hey, Chris, we see your note. Thanks. You're very welcome. If you get any questions on what you're seeing, don't hesitate. And there are things that go on all the time. I was talking with a person, Joel, who's in our Q school, and on Friday, and he said, Don, um, what do you think of different times of the day, different times of the week? And I said, in broad terms, I love to trade on Sunday nights, but I don't like to trade on Monday mornings. I said, why is that? I said, because you get on Monday mornings, you get a lot of, it's kind of like amateur hour. You get a lot of fast money, a lot of relief. I got to get the money in the market, a lot of mutual fund Monday money. And so, he told us, I just connected with him a short time ago at noon. He said, on the basis of that, I sat out this morning and then, got himself in position. And of course, Swing Machine is in position. And if you had just sat on your hands for a little bit and let the market shake out, at 10:15, there's 3,600. At 10:10, there's 7,000. At 10:05, there's 1,500. At 10:20, there's 2,100. Oil's hanging in there and gold's hanging in there. Um, you have to, what we're doing with Joel during the course of, 3 weeks is we can't possibly show him well, we will show the tools. We can't, spend, great amounts of time on each one, but we're trying to, for each person that goes through the Q school, is explain the process that we go through and what he would have to go through, to become a better mechanical robot assisted trader. And we work very hard at it. So when we connected today at noon, I had already sent him a guidance video from Saturday and spent quite a bit of time, on Saturday, just making that video and helping set his expectations for the coming week. So we work very hard. But I don't want anyone, not talking at you, Chris, about this, but I don't want anyone passing by to get the wrong idea. So I'll explain. None of these programs are for sale. We don't make any claims that if you use any of these programs, that you subscribe to us, that you use that you are automatically going to make money. We do not. I don't make any suggestions that this is for everybody. In fact, I would say that for most people, it isn't. It takes time, it takes discipline, it takes risk capital. Um, there's a lot that goes into it, and our members work very, very hard at what they do, and hopefully are rewarded for it. Um, but anyone who's passing by on YouTube, and has the attention, not you, Chris, but has the attention span of a gnat. There's a lot of folks out there that, oh, I just want, I want a robot, how much is that robot? That that isn't what we're about, right? We're teaching how to go about it, how to be more mechanical. And you notice we're not even, very rarely are we even pointing to a screen. Everybody, is on these charts, that a lot of times it's charts they don't even understand and using tools that they don't understand, So um, we spend a lot of time and we don't want to see you waste your time and we don't want to waste ours either. So you have any questions, feel free. We'll let you watch. And no, I have no idea. Maybe the market's going to come back. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's going to accelerate. But we have our tools on it. And Swing Machine is just one of about 70 and growing of tools that we use. Thanks for the compliment, Chris. I'm glad you enjoy it. The more folks that actually come by and can help us spread on social media, the more apt we're able to pop up. But I can't tell you when we're going to do that. It could be late at night, could be early in the morning, could be the middle of a day like this. It just depends upon what we have in front of us. No problem, Chris. You know, we're ready when you are. It is, we have a limited number, unlimited number of memberships as a monthly member. Annual memberships are limited every year. We will only issue so many licenses. For the past 2 to 3 years, we've cut that off. It stopped around November 1, and then we open back up in January. So we have a certain number. Once that number gets hit, though, if it's November 1, September 1, that's it, because we're relatively small and there's a workload that goes with it, and we can only grow so fast. The Q School is a big commitment. We know that. We'd want to speak with you and make sure that you're doing the right thing, that there's a good match, and also from a scheduling standpoint. So don't assume that you can start on any given day and any given time. It has to be scheduled, and we don't do classrooms, right? So it's one-on-one, and so we have to have it scheduled. So just know that there's no rush. You know, like I say, we've had folks say that, you know, I just can't afford that time, and we get it. And you know that's okay. You can be a monthly member. You just can't be an annual member. We're not going to we're not going to send out these programs to everybody if they've not had an opportunity to work with them, an opportunity to ask us questions, and we're just not going to do that. But we're ready when, in essence, when you are. No problem at all. Yeah, hi Chris. I'm just seeing your note now from Belgium. No, not a problem at all. We've had folks all over the world. We will accommodate you. You actually may have, let me think about it, a little bit behind. But some depending on some countries, you actually have a an edge, and you have a chance to work before the Americans get up. The biggest thing that you're going to want to do if you're listening to us on YouTube, um, and you're thinking about the Q school, you have a little homework to do, and that is this. You don't have to have TradeStation during Q school. We've had plenty of people not. However, we do use TradeStation in a big way, and our programs will only work on TradeStation. So if it is your intent to go through the Q school and to become an annual member, you might want to find out in advance if you have availability to TradeStation and have availability to the same platform that we use here in the States. And if there isn't, and there's some modifications from country to country, you might want to discern that in advance. So just know that, right? TradeStation is based in Plantation, Florida, but they are a multinational company and they are owned at last check by Mitsubishi Bank. And but there are various rules and regulations about trading from country to country, and some countries don't actually have the exact same platform, don't have access to it at all. Some do. So hopefully you do. Okay, good. Good. What you want to ask them is, do I have, don't mention us because we're nobody to them, right? We're just a customer. But if I were you, I would ask them, do I have, will I be getting, if I sign up for TradeStation, do I have the same platform that a person would have in the US? And if I don't, what are the differences, what they are? And if you need help discerning, you can always reach out. But that's good. That maybe you have that in Belgium. We have members again, we're relatively small, but we do have members in many other parts of the country, of the world. So that's a beautiful thing. And so we will work with you. We would want to know, 3 weeks is, a good amount of time. So when it's going to be best, and we'll try to get done what we need to get done. Sound good? You're very welcome, though. If anyone has any questions, it can be on anything, market related. You want, you want us to plug in a stock or two, we're happy to do that. We can show you what we're looking at, what we're thinking, and why. And so if you have any questions, I hope this doesn't come as any great surprise to anyone. Now, the market is certainly pulling back. And you're going to hear, oh, it's normal. It's just a little profit taking. It's a dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Well, just it is the same. Beautiful, Chris. You're in great shape then. Beautiful. Then I would just do yourself a favor, just get yourself set up and just save your money though, and your time. Don't get tempted and start trading futures, trading anything until you get your education, whether you get it from us or get it from somebody. TradeStation's wonderful in terms of their support for their tools. They're very, very good. And we can augment that and expedite that too. But we want to do virtually the same thing for the tools that we provide and then some, so that you now, but what they'll be saying is like, oh, wow, it's just a dip. What happens is this, in October, everybody was bearish, right? The trend was down. And we started getting indication and signals that there was going to be a counter trend move up. Nobody, nobody knew, including us, how long that trade was going to be on for, right? So you have to learn to trade the intervals. At some point, there will be a time when the market does turn down and could go down 10%, 20%, 30%, 50, 80. It can do that. It certainly can do that sort of thing. History is replete with, so what do you do? If you own stock and you only own it because of a narrative or because it always goes up, it always comes back, you're living, you could be whistling past the graveyard, I mean, maybe there will be one of these times where it doesn't. We draw the comparison. Our members get sick of me hearing it, so they can probably turn their sound down. But I live in Florida. Every hurricane that hits Florida starts with a little butterfly in the Sahara Desert that bent over and farted, kicked up a little bit of sand. Then that sand started to swirl around and became a storm, a thunderstorm, and then got off the coast and off the Cape Verdes and sucks up all that power and energy of the warm ocean, comes all the way across the Atlantic and wreaks havoc with us. Every single hurricane does that. Every single one. Now, sometimes, the hurricanes don't hit us, right? Sometimes they go out. But sometimes that little butterfly farts and kicks up a little bit of dust and nothing happens. It's just a butterfly fart. Nothing happens. Hurricanes are like trends in the market, and they're on different intervals. It could be daily, weekly, monthly, right? We've been in a monthly trend for 10 years. But at some point, there could be a little counter trend. Now, most of the counter trends are just butterfly farts that don't materialize into anything. But every once in a while, they can be historic. That little butterfly, that little counter trend is going to grow and grow and grow and become something really, really big in the opposite direction of a bull market, but a bear market, and it actually heads down. And if you have no skill set and you don't have the tools, and all you have is some broker, or you have CNBC, or you have your gut, you could get blown, to kingdom come. I mean, you could just your portfolio could get destroyed. History is replete with that. If you're new to the market and you think that it just goes up every day, I get news for you. It you're playing with fire. The NASDAQ stock market in 2000, in March of 2000, crested over 5,000. We had thousands of more companies. We had the Berlin Wall coming down. We had Pfizer coming out with Viagra. We had the internet exploding. We had all kinds of good things going on. China coming online. Yet, the selling started in March. Everyone thought it was just a counter trend, except us. And it just kept selling and selling and selling and selling. 9 months later, the NASDAQ went from 5,200 to 900. It was down 90%. 90. Now you could say, well, it came back. It did. It did. Took 10 years to get back to 5,000. And of course, there were a lot of individual companies that made up that NASDAQ that never came back. Your money just went to money heaven, went away, blown out to sea. So, maybe this is just a little thunderstorm. Maybe this is just a little counter move in a bull market. I mean, that's been the case. But we have eyes on it. We have tools on it. I'm not going to manage your money. I'm not going to send you any, alerts or anything of that sort. Our members can build their own alerts with these tools that and they do understand how to use them. They build their own. So they don't need a subscription to the Wall Street Journal, which, by the way, that subscription is down from like 12 million to less than 1 million. Use it for kitty litter. CNBC, a joke, right? The very originators of fake news, the very originators. So what are you going to do? We chose, now it's scary to think, more than 20 years ago, to take control over our own destiny, to use the technology that was available to us then and has only gotten better and better and better, including the AI functionality, so that we can control our own destiny. And because of the way we trade and how we trade, we have time to help others that have an interest. But there's another gentleman that sent us a note earlier, and he had something snide to say, and that's fine. We hope they never, those folks never call us. And it doesn't matter anyways, because we won't spend 3 weeks with a person if we think they don't have the maturity, that they don't have the skill set. We won't do it. There's certain things. So we would want to talk with everybody, including Chris. We'd want to have a conversation, because it's a big commitment, 3 weeks. We want to make sure that you understand what this is and what it is not, what the trading game is and what it is not as well. And we've been told by many a consultant and many a person that, we should do this and we should do that. And if we did this and did that, we would have many more members, and, and Stock Market Caddy would be wildly even more successful. That's probably true, but we're not going to do it that way. We're very unorthodox in what we have chosen to do, even in trading. And we're unorthodox in the way we probably conduct the business of Stock Market Caddy. We think we do it in a very responsible way, and we slow the process down. And if you think about how we structure the membership and how incremental it is, what we're trying to do is to give people the opportunity to say, "Yet, no, I don't want to do it." And we have had, and it's totally fine. And I referred to this gentleman, I won't name him, but on the west coast of California, very nice guy. And he's just said, "Don, I don't have 3 weeks to devote to that. I just want the programs." I'm like, well, that's too bad, because you're just not going to, if you don't have the time, you don't have the time. And so, he didn't like that, but he just wanted to buy it. He would be, he would hurt himself. He doesn't know that, but he probably would, even with our tools. So we're not going to do it. We're not going to do the what is expeditious. We're going to try to do it right. It probably, say this to everybody, the Q school should probably be longer. It probably should, but we think that the 3 weeks is probably best, because you do want to start applying it and go incrementally yourself. And everyone comes in with different skill set. Gentleman that's in Q school is already a trader, Forex trader. He's moving right along, and will do just fine in our view. We're just 1 week in. He's doing all kinds of things. So enjoy. We'll let you watch. Getting a little late or mid-afternoon bounce here. And at 3 o'clock, we're going to have to say goodbye to the folks on YouTube. Chris, thanks for stopping by, and any other folks. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to email us. You're welcome to call. And if you're overseas and we need to connect on Zoom, we can do that and try to save you some, some cell phone bill. But you can always use email as well. So if it ends abruptly at 3, it's because it's on a timer and it will just automatically time out. Any questions though, feel free. We wish you the best. This is not automated. It is automated, but semi-automated to whatever extent one wants, but it is not automatic, right? It is not, this is not, we put it together so that it's fun for us but it is not a game. We're adults here, and our members are adults, all ages, and they are trading their hard-earned money, trying to create cash flow from the money flow. And that's what we're doing. If that appeals to you, if that resonates with you, then sure, you want to dig into the website and see what you like, what you don't like, any questions. That's why we do these YouTubes, not to hand out the fish, but to create some awareness and give you a chance to ask questions and to think about what you may or may not want to do. First step of learning anything is just becoming aware. Sometimes you see something and somebody's doing something different that you're not, and you say, huh, maybe I should dig into something like that. Could be anything. Could be golf, could be fly fishing, could be anything.